Hello, my name's Steph from sgconnections.com.au, gardening and general home maintenance. And when I'm not working gardening and general home maintenance, I'm doing gardening and general home maintenance at home. So my latest project is to build a heavy duty vehicle pad. I bought a van not so long ago, and being too tall for my carport, I parked it beside the carport and finding that the ground is now sinking. So to avoid a very expensive ornament, I've commenced building this pad. So you can see behind me, I've dug out all the dirt, levelled it all off, and I'm ready for the next stage. So I thought I'd run through the materials, give you a bit of an idea, so if you decide to go down this track, you know what to do. So the first thing you do after you levelled everything out is to put down a mud barrier. They call it geofabric. Now the stuff you get at the landscape places, if it's black in colour, it'll be very thin, too thin for this job. It's rated about 100 GSM, that's grams per square metre, and if you feel it and stretch it, you'll know that it won't be any good because it'll break real easy. So what you need to do is get yourself a much heavier fabric. It's grey in colour, looks a bit like this, and it's 140 GSM, so way thicker, and is used in the commercial space under roads, driveways, pathways, you know, so it's good for the job. Now there's two different types of geofabric, just to let you know. There's the woven and the unwoven. So they have very similar characteristics, except one allows for drainage and the other doesn't. So for this type of job, to avoid your job becoming a pond, which is great for ducks but not good for what you want to go for the unwoven product because it allows for drainage. So when you install this product and you lay it out, make sure that you overlap it by a minimum of 150 millimetres. Now how do I know this? I've done a fair bit of research. I've spoken to businesses that work in the commercial space, and I've even contacted the manufacturer, and they're all in agreement a minimum of 150 mil overlap, so 150 mil under, 150 mil over. So it should look about that much in width. Alright, so you can go more, but try not to go any less than that. Now you can peg it down by using these sort of pegs. They are a U-shaped peg, much better than the nail style, and these are about 150 millimetre long. You can go for 200, so it's whatever you can get access to. I won't use the pegs going down through inside the hole because the weight of everything on top will keep the geofabric down, but across the top sections outside the hole, I'll put these pegs in because the weight is not the same, and I'll make sure it doesn't lift. So once you've got all your geofabric down, you're happy with everything, then you put in a stabiliser. Now I've gone for these babies. They're great. It's recycled plastic. It's called GeoHex, and as you can see from the design, super strong and very easy to put together. It's a bit like assembling the Lego kit. You know, one side clips in with the other side. Very simple. Once it's interlocked, it won't come undone. Don't go with any advice that says you have to just fill the wheel tracks only with this stuff. It's not going to work. You really do need to fill the entire space to ensure that stability is the same across the board and nothing's going to move. So make sure you buy enough to fill the entire space. Okay, so once you've got these in place on top of your geofabric, then you've got to backfill it. Now, when I spoke to the commercial businesses and the manufacturer, they both recommended 10 millimetre river gravel, and the reason for that is it's just the right weight and it fits into these geohex spaces perfectly, so you're less likely to get any gaps, and it'll pack down really nicely when you've got everything in and you go to level out. I did get some advice to use road base. If you do your research, you'll realise that in road base some of the pieces are about 20 mil big and they won't fit the spaces very well, and you'll end up with a lot of air pockets. So the other alternatives recommended to me by the manufacturer were concrete or crusher dust or soil. Those two options for me would create too much dust. So I'm going to stick with the 10mm river gravel as generally suggested. So that's that step. And then when you've got everything in, the final step is to pack it all down. Now if you've got access to machinery, equipment to do that, that's great, but I don't. So I'm going for this high-tech piece of equipment. It's called a hand tamper, and you basically just whack it on the ground. Work ahead of me, so I better get cracking, and I'll let you know how I go during the course of the project. Thanks for watching. I've got a Facebook page, stephanie.gilhome. I'll put it down underneath in the description for you to have a look. And I've got heaps of other photos of different jobs I've done. Stay tuned, I'll see you on the other side.